Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today I have Bailey over here. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay. Bye, Bailey. Oh, today I'm gonna slobber on my glass case. Hi, Bailey. Hi, baby. Oh, I love you too. Hi, Bailey. She's adorable. She's not even a year old, so today we're going to continue Tagus, the horseman. Chapter 6. That was my dog. Well, our dog. I haven't had that dog for a year, so I almost forgot to put on my glasses. Oh well. Back to town. Chapter 6. Dawnlight spread across the plains as Tom and Elena packed up the camp. "There's no time for breakfast," Tom said, as he and Elena lifted Victor onto Storm's saddle. We need to get going right now." The boy's condition wasn't good. He could hardly talk. They had to get him to a doctor as soon as possible. They reached the town as the sun rose. Tom was riding the Storm with Victor slumped on the saddle behind him, while Elena walked alongside with Silver. It was so early that the streets should have been empty, but there were clusters of people whispering amongst themselves. Some were weeping. Tom pulled Storm to a halt. "What happened here?" he asked a young man. The man turned and peered up at Tom, shielding his eyes against the early morning sun. He looked angry. "Another herd of cattle stampeded in the night," the man said. He spat on the ground in disgust. "2 villagers have been completely destroyed." Villages. Not villagers. Why is the word villagers reminding me of the Minecraft villagers? I don't know. Just then, another man called out, It's him again." All at once, every person turned and looked at Tom. "And he's got Victor," called out another. Before Tom knew it, he was once more surrounded by an angry mob. Men were waving weapons and yelling at the top of their lungs. Hearing the commotion, a guard approached the crowd. Seeing Tom, he drew his sword and called to the other guards at the prison. It's the boy who's been causing the stampedes. It's the boy who's been causing the stampedes." Someone grabbed Storm's reins and another pulled Victor from the saddle. Victor let out a cry of pain before he had a chance to flee. Tom too. Tom too was dragged from Storm's back. "What's going on here?" came another gruff voice from the edge of the mob. It was Adam, the head guard. The people quieted down as Adam made his way to where Tom was being held by two large men. "It's the boy that escaped," guard said, "and he's got your son." Adam looked at Victor laying in the dirt. A woman was trying to comfort him as he writhed and winced in agony. "Victor," he cried, "you're safe." He ran to the boy and held him in his arms. Then he turned to Tom, his eyes narrowing in fierce anger. "What have you done?" he thundered. "What have you done to my boy?" "Wait!" Victor's voice was choked with pain. "It's not Tom's fault. Tom didn't cause the stampede. He saved me." A murmur went through the crowd. The townspeople were silent as they looked at Adam for his reaction. "Release the boy," he said, "and someone get the doctor." Then he looked at Tom. "I'm sorry," he said. "I was wrong to lock you up." He gazed up at the crowd of people and their worried faces. We had other things to worry about since then. He added quietly. He held out a hand and Tom shook it. "You deserve a reward," he went on. "Ask for whatever you want. You brought my son back." "I don't want a reward," Tom replied. "Just my sword and shield." Adam nodded to one of the guards, who dashed into the prison and reappeared carrying the sword and shield. He gave them to Tom with a smile. "Thank you," said Tom. He fitted the sword into its sheath and slung the shield over his shoulder. Now he was ready to face Tagus, but he still didn't know how to find the horseman. Then something occurred to Tom. Maybe he didn't have to go after the beast. Maybe if he helped to look after the cattle, the beast would find him. Let my friends and me lend a hand on the next cattle drive," Tom suggested to Adam. "If you have more people to keep watch over the herd, you might have a better chance at keeping it safe." He exchanged a glance with Helena, who was standing quietly with Silver at the edge of the crowd. "That's a generous offer," Adam said. "But it's risky. I don't know if we ought to ask you." A broad, red-faced man pushed his way to the front of the crowd. Me and my neighbor are taking our cattle south tomorrow," he announced. "It's the biggest drive of the season. We're going to the city to sell the cattle at the market there. We'll be glad of your help." He paused, giving Silver a doubtful look. "That's a powerful, big dog you've got there." It is a dog, isn't it?" he added nervously. "He's a wolf," said Eleanor cheerfully. "But don't worry, he's well trained. He won't harm your cattle. Maybe he'll sink his teeth into the horseman," said a voice from the crowd. "Let's hope so," Eleanor muttered to Tom. Excuse me, that you had to give that neck a crack. Adam nodded, as if he had made up his mind. "Then it's settled," he said it to Tom and Eleanor. "You'll leave tomorrow at dawn." And that was chapter 6. Your Elena, Storm, Silver, and I think it's Victor going and returning to town, and here's Tom being held by the villagers for, escaping prison. And yeah, that is it. Next chapter is The Cattle Drive. Chapter 7 is up next. We're already halfway through this book. More than halfway, actually. There are 9 chapters each book, so... I hope you guys enjoy my video so far. Don't mind the barking, that's Bailey barking at something. Bailey's the big dog you saw in the beginning of this video. And she's a sweetheart. She's a pit bull mix, but she's a sweetheart. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos. And I hope I will see you in the next one. Alright. I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully. Hopefully I can make these more regularly on Saturdays instead of Sundays. So, hopefully I can make these on Saturdays more often. Alright. Well, hope I will see you guys in the next video. I have a massive forehead. I just noticed that. Well, see you guys. Bye.